Hi, I'm Steve Zyskowski, and I have with me today Doug Moffat. Doug is one of the speakers at ReferralTopia this year. It's, I believe, his third involvement in ReferralTopia. When we first did the event, maybe 5 or so years ago, it was an in-person event in Ann Arbor, and Doug was a workshop leader. He had a workshop that he ran at that. And then last year, actually, was it 2 years ago?
2 years.
2 years ago, you were a presenter at the first ReferralTopia online. That was a lot of fun. And I've asked you back, and I've asked you back for two reasons. One, you delivered great content. I think people are going to always get a lot of value out of your presentations. They're usually very blown away. So I'm going to ask, maybe you can give us a little teaser about what you're going to be talking about at ReferralTopia this year, Doug. And then also, let's talk about your sister's foundation. You know, your organization there is the nonprofit that we are supporting through ReferralTopia on March 9th. So maybe we can just share with people a little bit about that. So if they make a donation, they'll know where it's going.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Steve, for this time and for the opportunity to not only be a speaker, but then to have part of the proceeds, even whatever is donated to the Beth Moffat Memorial Scholarship Fund. We're just so thankful and grateful for that contribution. So the scholarship, real quick, if I could try and sum it up quickly, my sister was 16 years old when she passed in a car accident in 1992. My dad started a scholarship at Harton High School for a female student athlete, which we have given away since 1993. And that started as a $500 scholarship for one time. And Steve, last year I handed out $5,000 and multiplied times four. It is now a 4-year degree. So we gave not only $20,000 to Morgan Saug, who's attending Ferris State University this year. She was a 3-sport athlete at Heartland. But we also, for the first time, gave our first runner-up award to the young woman who came in second place. We gave her $3,000. So the fund itself continues to grow, and it's because of a golf outing we do May 6th, 2023. It'll be the 22nd outing, Steve. We had 180 people out at the Majestic in Heartland last year. It is an absolute blast. And so if anybody who's interested in that, who's a golfer, we've had many Caerusnet people involved in that. It's just a great day, a great group of people to remember still 30 years later, a young woman who touched so many people's lives. So thank you for that. Now, as far as the talk for this year, drum roll, please. My talk is going to be called Coaching and the Power of Our Words. Because, Steve, here's the thing. Words have meaning and they have power. I know you know this. We've talked about this so many times. Our words matter so much. They leave a lasting imprint and a long-lasting legacy. And sometimes, darn it, though, we take that for granted, you know? The average person, I've been doing some research, supposedly speaks around 7,000 words a day. And a question I often ask myself and the people around me is, how well are we managing and stewarding those words that have been entrusted to us? We have this beautiful language, right? And the way we say things, especially for people who do what we do, who are out there marketing and promoting and helping other people and serving, right? When you go from selling to serving, we're going to talk a lot about that and just how well we can communicate, how much better we can communicate. My Gallup Clifton strength number 2 is something called maximizer. And so I'm always looking, Steve, as you know, to take the good communication, which we think we have and believe we have, and make it even better every single day, right? We could be better listeners. We can use better words that lift people up. Here are the 3 things we're going to touch on in my presentation. Number 1, building people up with our words, right? Not tearing them down. Number 2, the value of asking better and better questions each and every day. We're going to go through some examples of that. We're going to talk a lot about how the questions we ask can really benefit everybody around us, and to really have this coach approach and the art of asking people and not telling them. And number 3, I'm going to share my top 5 favorite questions. And part of that is going to be my word for the year, which is believe. My word for the year is believe. Let's see. Hold on a second. I got my man Ted Lasso right behind me for a 2023 calendar. And this one says, smells like potential, right? For any Ted Lasso fan. This year smells like potential. And last, I want to finish with this. When we talk about our words, there's a wonderful book called The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And the first agreement, Steve, do you remember what that one is?
Oh, if I can, I think I can kind of recall it. It's been a while since I read it, but
So it is,
be impeccable with your word.
boom, you nailed it. How impeccable are we being with our word today? And I'm going to finish with two quotes here. Number one, he says this: your word is the gift that comes directly from God. Your word is the gift that comes directly from God. Number two, the word is a force. It is the power you have to express and communicate, to think, and thereby to create the events in your life. So we're going to talk about living proactively, empowering our people, the Caerusnet network, and people who hopefully visit that day and want to become a part of the Caerusnet network. We're going to help with a lot of things that day. It's going to be an awesome time. I'm so excited for March 9th.
Yeah,
Everybody have a great start to the year, and we will see you then.
yeah, fantastic. I'm really excited about it too, Doug. You know, this is like a gigantic Caerusnet meeting, ReferralTopia, except instead of a spotlight speaker talking about their business and how to refer them, we're just providing so much depth to each one of these conversations that we're going to be having with the audience, and
Yeah.
being impeccable with your word and the art of creating with your word. Oh man, I'm excited about this talk. Thanks so much, Doug.
Thank you.
Looking forward to having another awesome ReferralTopia with you, my friend.